So, my buddy asking me, never traded spreads before really, and he wants to know how he makes money since one is moving up and one is moving down, and I'll give you the details here. So, September 18th, you're going to buy a call. Let's say, I think you said you bought the 190s, right? And then you sold, I think you said the 210s, but I'll just say 200 for easy sake. There. Okay. So, 10 of the. Oh, I had puts on accident. Don't do that. Go. Sure. All right, so buying 10 of the 190s and selling 10 of the 200 calls. So if on September 18th, Palantir was $200, you would own or make the difference. So you still have the 190 calls, so those would be worth $10 or $1,000 a piece, right? The $200 calls would be worth zero. Therefore, you would make that $1,000 in profit, and it would have only cost you what it cost to get the spread because you would have saved the money by selling the 200s. Now, let's just say it goes to 220. At that point in time, you're still going to make the $1,000 because you still have the $10 difference between the 190s and the $200 calls. I'm trying to think if there's any other way I can simplify this anymore, but it's really as simple as it gets. You're buying the right to own shares at 190, and you're selling the right to own shares at 200. So I guess the other scenario would be if it ends at 195, then you would make 500 off the 190s, and the 200s would expire worthless, and therefore, let's see what this play is costing. Let's have me buying both, and we'll make sure this one should be a sell. There, much better. So therefore, it cost me $2.34 to get in, which should make it get filled. Let's say 243, force it to get filled. So on 10, I'm paying $2,400, right? But the difference would be up to $5,000 if it filled that entire gap there. I'm not sure how to make it any more simpler. It's literally that simple. The difference in between the strikes is the amount of money you can make. You got to take into consideration your IV and your theta the same as anything else, but it works against you less because think about it, theta burn is just time decay, right? So when time decay is going against you, in this case, it's going against the call that you bought and the call that you sold. So the one that you sold is making you money, and the one that you bought would be losing you money. Same thing if Palantir drops to 150 tomorrow. Both of these calls are going to be worth less money. So you'll have lost some money, but you'll have lost less money than if you had just bought the naked call. If you have any specific questions on this, let me know, and I'll be happy to answer them. But it's really extremely simple. You bought the right at one strike, you sold the right at another strike, your profit is the difference of the strikes.